What's good with everybody, man? I hope you're doing good, feeling good, and I hope you're getting after it, man. I'm at the job site. It's like -6 degrees out here. You can see the frost all around my eyes because my eyes is so cold. My eyes getting teary. And you see the frost forming all around my eyes and, you know what I'm saying, on my hair. But yeah, man, you know, I just got to the job. I really just got off last night at 1 in the morning. I'm back here. Right now it's 8:40. You know what I'm saying? I started at 10. Y'all know I had to catch the train. So I'm really running off like 3.5 hours of sleep. My shift started at 10. And then at that shift I get off at 6, but it's another shift I got that start at 1 in the morning and I get off that shift at 9. So I ain't gonna be leaving the job today. I ain't going home until 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I'ma just be typing in all day today. You know what I'm saying? And you know, chopping it up with y'all, man. Another documentation of the journey. And yeah, man, we just gonna keep tapping in, and I'ma you know what I'm saying, basically just let y'all know what's going on, my man, all day today. You know what I'm saying? And we getting after it, man. It's so cold. You know, they closed down the outside again today, so I had to get in while I fit in with whatever shifts that was available. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, make sure I'm always working, make sure I'm always getting after it, man. Trying to get as much overtime as possible so we could reach these goals, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm so close, I could feel it coming, you know? So, yeah, man. My hand burning off right now. But I'm going to get at y'all a little later on, man. I appreciate y'all. And let's keep it going. What's up with y'all, man? I'm in this building, man, getting it on, you know. So, you know, I guess I'll just, you know, intervene with y'all once I leave here, man. I got like 2 more hours. What's going on, man? I'm back. You know what I'm saying? It's 6:25 right now. I know y'all could tell by, you know, the sky and stuff, snowing. Just snowing like crazy out here, man. You know, but, you know what I'm saying? We out here getting it on, man. This is, you know, the real, man. 24 hours at the job. You know what I'm saying? I got a shift that start at 1 o'clock and I get off at 9 a.m. So, you know, I'ma just, you know, stay here and, you know, wait till 1. Ain't no point of going home and getting comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I got to be right back here. So, you know, I'm going to just go ahead, you know, go to one of these buildings, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to catch up on a little nap or something like that until it's time to, you know, get it on over there. But, you know, this live in effect, man. We real live in effect on the grind, man. You know what I'm saying? At the 9 to 5, I feel like this is an important part of the story. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to be sharing it and documenting it with all my supporters that's watching. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully inspiring, you know what I'm saying, y'all to get after what y'all want to, you know, achieve, like I always say. So, you know what I'm saying? I know that this the part that they don't show, you know what I'm saying, these days. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even my first time having to do something like this, you know, but, you know, I'm just grateful for, you know, how close I am to achieving what I set out to achieve. You know what I'm saying? I just got to make sure I stay disciplined and, you know, keep going even harder, man. You know what I'm saying? And be able to cherish these moments, you know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. Being able to cherish these moments and, you know, take them with gratitude, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, be grateful for the opportunity to even be doing this much work, you know what I'm saying? So I can achieve what I want to achieve, you know, and eventually, you know, like I always say, being able to look back on these moments and smile, you know, watch this video and smile, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, be able to touch others, you know what I'm saying? No matter if you younger than me, older than me, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? All walks of life, you know. As y'all seen, I was just in the little building. I had took a couple clips. I couldn't record too much in there, man. You know, it was so much going on. There was so many students in there, but you know, they was having a little anime cosplay situation where everybody was coming in there dressed as, you know, different anime characters and different characters. Even some people was like dressed as Spider-Man and just all type of characters, man. And you know, I was looking at everybody, you know, girls and boys, just people from all walks of life, and it kind of made me chuckle at myself, you know, just thinking about, you know, how much fun they having, you know what I'm saying, and their own world, you know what I mean. And it made me like, you know, I love seeing, I don't know, it just made me think about, you know, how, you know, cool it must be to go to college, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that go to college, you know what I'm saying, if you in college right now, went to college, you know, I haven't went to college or anything, but, you know, my vision is, you know, my own vision. But for everybody that went, you know, it just made me, you know, just kind of smile and think about how cool, you know, it is, I guess, for them to, you know, have these memories, make these memories that they making. You know, when I was just watching them, man, you know, enjoy themselves, you know, it was something that I took with gratitude, just to watch the students enjoy themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was grateful to even, you know, have those certain experiences, because I never even, you know, seen nothing like that except for like on movies and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, even in the building we was in, man, you know, it was an old building built in the early 1900s, probably late 1800s, and you know, they had paintings in there of I believe the person whose the building is named after, and I think his wife. I had took some videos of them, so y'all gonna see it in the video, you know what I'm saying, for sure. And you know, that's something I always wanted, man. I always wanted a video of, you know, excuse me, I'm talking about a video. I always wanted a painting of me one day, me and, you know, my family, you know what I'm saying, just sitting in one of my properties that I'm gonna have, you know, and I want it to be monumental, man, you know, and, you know, last for, you know, a lifetime, you know what I'm saying. But, you know, in due time, it was kind of great, because all over here, you know, it's so many different buildings that's named after people, you know, and when you go into those buildings, they always have them named after somebody. So, you know, that was cool to me, just seeing that again. And, you know, man, I ain't gonna lie, I needed this chapter in my life, you know, and I'm, like I always say, I'm just grateful for it. But, you know, I'm gonna just get back at y'all a little later on, man, and talk to y'all during my next little shift I got, for sure. What's going on, man? We back at it. It's about 1:25 right now. You know, I had got a little sleep, caught up on a little nap and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all can't even see Jaja Mufasa, man. You know me. You know my body work. I'm up here though, man. I'm at the job site. Getting it on, man. Second shift load right now. You know, 24 hours at the gig. I'm just, you know, feeling real patient, man, about what's to come, where I'm going, you know, the work that I'm putting in. And even the work that's to come after this level is very, very humbling. I'm gonna let y'all in on something. In this moment in time, God willing, I have about a month and some change, really about a month left, so I can transition to the next phase, like I've been saying on this channel. And once that phase comes, I understand that all the work that I've been putting in is just building me to be able to stay focused, go even harder, and lock in, day out. And like I said, as of now, I'm just training my mind to be able to, whatever work it is that's to come, I'm training my mind to be able to take it head on and not even look at it as work. I try not to look at being at the job so much as work. That's why I said I take it with grace and gratitude to be able to be here and be able to put the work in to get me to the next level. I just look at it like, it's just a transition period for me, and a moment for me to just take all this in. I always say, man, I've been born with something within my spirit, within my being, where I don't feel like I'm a regular person. I never felt like I was a regular person. I always felt like I was meant to be here for a certain reason, and that I had a certain calling, and that I was special, And that's not trying to sound big head or anything like that, It's just me just having that inner voice within myself that always told me that I was here to do big things and great things. So, I know that as of now, it's just a transition period for me to be able to live out everything that I've been feeling throughout these years. Even whenever I felt lost and whenever I was doing wrong and being a knucklehead, I was always battling with this voice within myself that, told me that I was meant to be doing something much greater. And for a period of time when I was being bad, or when I was being a knucklehead and I was lost and just doing wrong, I always felt like, I don't know, I felt a sense of self, I don't know, just self-doubt of, because I was almost being consumed. I was, being consumed by my area and my community and my circumstances, So I always felt like, I was doubting myself in that moment in time, like, damn, am I really here for a certain, purpose, So as I got older, and I was able to find myself, I realized that was just a part of the story, and that was just a part of the journey, to be able to connect with others who come from certain situations and certain backgrounds, and, just be able to be relatable, you know what I mean? And I want to be able to connect with all walks of life. So as of now, man, I'm just training my mind to be able to take these moments in and, look at this job like it's not work, it's just a transition period. So that way, when I am transitioning into the next phase and I have more work to do, I can be able to train my mind to fall in love with the work, and it's just about falling in love with the process, really. That's what I mean by just, this transition period, just falling in love with the process, the whole process. So that way, when it is time for me to, move forward, I can be able to fall in love with that process as well, and fall in love with the hunt, and fall in love with just doing the necessary and not too much the results, I got big things in my mind's eye. So, I just can't wait to be able to share it all with y'all, man. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this shift out. And, I'm going to check with y'all in the morning. you know, once I get off and we could just, you know, politic a little bit. I appreciate y'all, man, for sure. That's the shift, y'all. Know what I'm saying? It's about 9:20 something right now in the morning. Man, tired on beat. 24 hours at the gig, man. I was talking to y'all around this time yesterday. But, you know, it's all worth it in the end, man. Hard work, it's always gonna pay off, you know. Definitely don't go unnoticed. Y'all can see it snowing like crazy, huh? So I'm finna really get out here, man, and make everything make sense. Later on this week, as far as more overtime and more, you know, work days and stuff, man. You know, I appreciate everybody for watching this video. I hope that this is something that's gonna be binge watch worthy later on down the line. I said that a couple times on this channel, but I just enjoy making these videos, you know, that's inspirational, hopefully, and that's gonna mean something down the line I could look back and be proud of, man. So that's it, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, and I'm gonna definitely get back at y'all for sure.